Wellered soul of the travelers at your service. Been a while since I saw someone coming through Ayten. I'm not from here myself. I know it's got an inn and it's close to Talarain, which is good for me. I mostly come here to recuperate and sell my findings between excursions. Most would say it's a monster-ridden wasteland. However, if you can deal with those beasts, then there's much treasure to be found there. Little for one to find here in the sticks, and some people like that, I suppose. The only real worry are those damn freemen harrying the roads, giving thieves a bad name. Come again?
Finally, someone who doesn't look like they'd keel over in a gentle breeze. The name's Sen, and no, I'm not from around Ayten. Looking to kill a little time? I have a cup and some dice. Care to toss for some coin? Or perhaps I could read your cards. It's a small, quiet town with not much more than a few tradesmen. The most exciting thing for these townsfolk is the sight of an unfamiliar face traveling through. I am a gambling man, stranger. Anytime you want to give the dice a roll, I'll be ready to place a bet. Getting harder to find a quiet spot in the plains, but Ayten never gave me much cause for fuss or worry. You look elsewhere in Erathelli, you find unrest and chaos, but the walls, well, it's meeting its destiny quietly. Very well. Let's each bet a small purse of coin to keep things interesting. There's 2 games we can play. High roll, whoever rolls higher wins, or range roll. Guess a range of numbers for you to roll in. Which will it be? All right, let's toss the dice. Well, look at that. Guess I won out. Care to play again? Very well. What numbers do you think you're going to roll within? Very well. Let's see what the dice show. Well, I guess I didn't win after all. Care to dice again? Well, if you change your mind, I'll be here. Another time, maybe.
Heading for Talarain? There's treasure to be found amongst those ruins, but watch yourself. More than a few have died in those crags. Always open.
Welcome to the Clanging Hammer. Don't see many new faces in Ayten these days. My forge is open. Before Talarain fell to ruin, it was Ayten's fields and villagers that stocked and supplied the various citadels there. But the war hit us hard. Bandits plagued the roads. Even Rond Farm has burned to soot. It's quiet here, farmland mainly. But between Rond Farm and the Freemen, we've got our own worries. They have been lingering around the wolds. Be cautious on the roads out there. Those Freemen like to sneak up on wanderers. Forge is yours whenever you need.
Good day, traveller.
For a minute I thought the damn Freeman had fancied to rob me. Welcome! I offer some alchemical items if you are interested. If not for the slim flow of traffic between Rathier and Darentar, it would likely not exist anymore. It's been worse since the war. In a few decades, we'll probably be like Talarain, completely ruined. My wife and assistant, she helps me run the shop, although sometimes she creates more problems than she fixes. It's quiet here, and I can appreciate that. But as the days pass and travelers grow scarcer, it becomes ever more difficult to make a living out here. Ruffians and bandits are scattered all over the wolds. It's dangerous wandering outside of town. Very well.
You should speak with Askell if you're here to shop. He won't even let me keep the books anymore after my last mistake. I want to help him, but he won't let me near his ledgers. Askell is the owner of the shop and my husband. If you would like to make a purchase, you should speak with him. That is the wasteland, southeast of here. Long ago, it was a grand citadel, ruled over by the Ouster family. It's since fallen to ruin. You'll find monsters there, amongst ancient treasure. The wolds aren't much if you're looking for excitement. At least, not before the war turned those freemen loose on us. Bandits and thieves that have been seen around the walls. They won't think twice of killing you for any valuables. Well, if you can undo my mistake, perhaps Askell will let me help him again. I sent out several invoices the other day, but I made a slight arithmetic error that might cost us dearly. None of the customers seem to have noticed yet. Can you recollect those invoices discreetly? Oh, thank you. There's 5 invoices in total. 4 went to the townsfolk. The last was to go to the war-sworn fortress, Helmgard, with a traveling merchant. When you have them all, bring them back to me. Oh, and don't mention this to Askell. 4 of them were given out to the townsfolk. The last was to be sent to Helmgard Keep, the war-sworn base, so I gave it to a merchant traveling that way. Nice talking to you.
Okay. Customer?
Hello there, stranger.
Good day, traveler. Thank you so much for your help with these. I'll have them reworked and redistributed. In return for your help, please have these. They're sure to be of use. Nice talking to you.
Stranger to Ayten, I'm the law in this town. Keep the peace and you are welcome to stay. If not, then you had best leave. If you need to trade, visit Banron, our smithy, and Askell deals in alchemy. And there's a general dealer staying at the inn. Town's becoming harder to protect. We get weaker every season, and the freemen know it. I do what I can, but we keep losing ground. Rond Farm burned not long ago, but it's too dangerous to investigate. I am the law of the town. Ayten needed protection, and I didn't see anyone else willing to do the job. I took it upon myself to keep Ayten safe. Someone needed to do it. Used to be peaceful farmland before the war was on. Now it's some scratched-up dirt, home to Ayten and those murderous freemen. Keep the peace.
Strangers strange come to Ayten. Few come by these roads nowadays. A hard gaze falls on Ayten. Many are the burdens and few are the reliefs. Someone must go to Ayten Circle. Someone must call the Erathelli. Though our wheat grows strong, the citizens do not. We sowed a crop that was untimely reaped. We need intervention, lest we end up like Talarain, a monument to nothing with kobolds and raiders squabbling over our bones. The last remaining farm in the Wolds. There has been much talk of it, how Denrit and Allred Rond have gone mad. Even Finwick refuses to investigate, so wary is he of catching the madness. A forgotten spot in these plains. The land still bears grain, but few reap the crops they did before the war. Only Ron Farm stands, and Flame has gutted it. The others have fallen into the hands of the freemen, bandits, marauders. Hoping to hear a song for coin from Old Nell. I haven't sung for years, stranger, not since the war started. Ratoffer. After a decade, he begs me payment for the ring, and so his promise is finally broken. Very well. I should be lucky to die unmarried rather than a widow. A circle of the windstones nearby. When the voices from its stones sing a certain melody, the Erathelli will come and end our tribulations. Each stone is a voice in the song. When all have sung in their part, the Erathelli will appear. But if not, dark things for these dark times will show instead. The stones. I am unworthy. I do not think they will sing to me. You must go. It must be you. Make the stones sing their song. You will? Ayten Circle is to the south of town. Each stone carries a note of the song. In the right order, they form the song as it was to be sung. But they will not suffer a cacophony. If the songs you play will not call the Erathelli, it will call darker things for these dark times. Everyone knows the song. It starts on the highest note and descends down the scale. Wait a moment. Perhaps it was start at the lowest note and descend up. Well, something like that anyway. Flutter away.
Oft here have fay-born friends stood and gazed on ancient stone. Oft too have Alfar and humans stood just the same, silent, searching. From crumbling rubble what hymns rise from their yearning hearts. The children of dust deny no gods, but they stroke these stones with the hand of Enadon, kept. Gaze down from our high hill and feel the last warm touch of the sun on our backs, we wonder, is this the end of our endless day? What hope have we in these changing seasons when winter comes and does not abate? We watch, cold and dying, at what may be our final sunset.
Can I help you?
You have played the song, and the Erathelli did not come. I had thought that something might change, but no. The blessings of the heavens will never come, just as the lost of Ayten can never be recovered. Thank you, stranger, for showing me this. Flutter away.
Can I help you?
Hail, Wanderer. Would you spare a moment? I have a favor to ask you. It was not always the empty place you see now, but it has become little more than a stopping point between Dalentarth and Rathier for travelers. Not much to speak of, just another soul wandering the plains trying to get by. This used to be a peaceful place full of farmlands. It is still a quiet place, but now the freemen are lurking around just looking to murder and thieve. In appearances, perhaps, I'm just an alpha that needs your help. I have a few belongings to sell, and unfortunately, I've done little to endear myself to Ayten's folk. Will you sell them in my stead? The arrangement is simple. I give you an item and you sell it. I take a cut, you keep the profit. And will repeat until I have nothing to sell. Understand? I thought you had the look of a trader about you. I have several items for you to sell. If you prefer, you could just buy them all now from me and sell them later. As you wish. The items are in acceptable condition, if nothing else, but they might stand a little polish here and there. Take my silverware, for example. It's somewhat tarnished, but Banron could use the metal. If you melted it down, he'd likely pay more for it. I want you to sell it. Banron, the local smithy, will have use for the silver, I'm sure. If you process the silver down to a raw form, he might pay more for it.
Welcome to the smithy. Back for more smithy work? Or looking to use the forge on your own? Either way, shop's open. I've seen this before. I made these for Ratofera, back when he was still lording over us. I suppose the war finally caught up with him. That was good silver if I recall. But I've many other jobs to deal with before I'll get to salvaging it. Fine, here's some coin. Forge is yours whenever you need.
Hello again, stranger. What do you need? I never thought I'd see the day when I'd be happy to see such a paltry sum. I suppose the townsfolk are happy on my behalf. But let the past lie. I've another item for you. My kerchief. Slightly, worn, but the material is special. Of the sort alchemists employ for handling reagents. Askelthorin might buy it. He's a stubborn one, but he's weak at haggling. See what you can get out of him. Maybe I was someone once before, when the war was just a small conflagration in Cluricon. But by the time we heard the war front was coming, it had already reached us. And like a fool, I smiled at the opportunity. Asculthorin, the local alchemist, is interested in it. The cloth is normally used for handling sensitive reagents and potions. See what kind of price you can get out of him.
Good day, traveler. Askel's letting me help with the business again. Thank you for getting those invoices to me. Nice talking to you.
Ratofera has an errand even for me? I'm honored. Tell me what it is you want. So, Ratofera's new errand runner is here. Ratofera's been in town for years, but this is the first time I've heard anything from him since he returned from Tuwili over 10 years ago. A messy business, not unlike alchemy. I've seen that rag of his, and I know its virtues. I'll part with some coin for it. Very well.
What is it you need, stranger? How go my affairs? And I hope you've gotten out of Askel what you wanted for it. I have another item I want you to sell. A pair of daggers. Finwick Ivor collects weapons, gaudy, gem-encrusted ceremonial ones, but weapons nonetheless. Some gem socketing may be of use. Take whatever you can for them. Just get them out of my sight. I was caught up in the war. Everyone with an able body marched to the east. And I went with them, for glory, for pride, for vengeance. They were the only things we never found. Sell them to Finwick Ivor. He's fancied himself a collector of these kinds of things. He's quite vain. If you socket a gem or two into them, I'm sure he'll pay more for the daggers.
Hello there, stranger.
Huh? What's this? Need a bed? Gordon runs the inn. He can see you to one. Got a few other visitors staying there as well. Ratoffer's runner? These daggers. You can't mean to say he had them after all these years. These are his prize from the Battle of Gallifore Fields, where Oriator and Ratoffer pushed the Tuatha back to the coast. I'll buy them from you, certainly. Keep the peace.
What is it you need, stranger? How go my affairs? Good. Sell this ring as well. There is a recluse who lives on the edge of town, Nell. The ring meant something to her long ago. Age has taken its luster, but the potion from an acid solution will make it shine once more. Nell will pay handsomely for that, I think. When the war neared Rathier, I joined with forces on the Gallifore Plains. The Tuatha were pushed back. We chased them all the way back to Tuwili, hoping to end it there. We didn't. It goes to Singing Nell, the hermit near town. She has a dowry, some gold saved away, I know it. The ring's tarnished with the years, but there's a secret. Douse it with acid solution, and that should wash it clean.
Yes?
Here to see old Nell, have you? It's the town you want, not Nell's company. They've shops there and folks for trade. 10 years after Ratoffer's squires and pages died, another comes back to me bringing this ring. It's as green and old as my heart. But if Ratoffer put a part of himself out for sale, it's fitting that I buy it. I have a trove of my own out here. Take it. Just leave the ring. Flutter away.
What is it you need, stranger? How go my affairs? That was a hard thing to let go of, but it needed to be done. There is one last thing I need to divest myself of. My charter. The one that shows my ancestry. It is in the ruins of my family's estate, Corgan Hold. Its buyer is Gordon Lott, the innkeep. Give it to him whatever he asks for it. It was a stronghold that my family held for generations. When I returned from the war, its halls were empty and I couldn't bring myself to fill them again. Brigands and worse things lurk in those halls now. It's been 10 years since I took the young of Ayten and failed to come back with them. Their families, their loved ones, I couldn't look them in their faces. I could never understand what they went through, but knowing was enough. In Corgan Hold, it was an ancestral home for the Ratofers, but since I've abandoned it, darker things lurk there now.